Hi there, our goal for today is we're gonna be learning in how to download the Google Earth in your desktop so we can use it as our as we look for the address of the patient. So let's click this on Google Download. We agree and download, and it's here. It's pretty quick. And then open this one. It's downloading, installing. Here we go. It's the one, initializing. Let me see if we have it already in our desktop. Yes, let me see. It is in the desktop. There you go. You will see it there on the desktop. And the first time it's going to prompt you to those tutorial. What is it? Let me close this one because I'm familiar with it already. Here's the Google Earth. Now if you have a patient that you're looking for the address, you can put here, for example, 7545 High Meadow. You can search. Also you can get direction. Okay, let's wait for the 7545 High Meadow. Let me maximize this. How do I remove this tour thing? Oh, here. Sightseeing tour. So there's a High Meadow Drive. Let me minimize, not minimize, but let's look at it a little farther. You need to check the roads. This one here, so you will see the street intersection. You don't need to put the photo, places, you need to Google Earth, you need to do that, but the most important one is the road. Because too much, if you check too much here, it's gonna be so crowded. It's confusing for you. So here's the to maximize, minimize. Here if you wanna drag, and the best part is this one, drag to street view if you wanna see the place. So this is the 7545. You wanna see what's going on there. You can actually click the mouse and you can go a little bit farther if what's going on with the neighborhood. Let's see what's going on with the neighborhood. This is the house. Let's go a little bit. That's the house. So if you want to exit street view, so you go back to the map. One of the things also is you can actually let me see. You can actually also put a marker here if you want to. You can put a marker here, like for example, this is the patient house or whatever you want, and then you can click, you can change this one to whatever picture you want to use, and also you can put here the description, whatever you want. And then let me move this training. You put OK. See? Or you can delete it if you want. Just right click and delete it or rename. Okay. That's outside of it. This one, the address, you can right click again and save to address. And once you're in the address, you can right click it again and rename it. Patient address. It's there already. You can put it and also make a folder out of make a temporary make a folder. Let me see if I can do it here. Save to, where is that folder? Add folder. Yes, you can add folder if you want to. Test. There's a test. What's going on in that folder? Find anymore, but anyways, you can make a folder. Now if the therapist is wanting to ask you, this especially applies to the patient that we haven't put in cancer yet. So you're gonna be typing the address of the patient from the referral form to here. So the therapist may ask you what's the main intersection, so you can put it here like this. Okay, look at this one. The compass. Bring it always to the north side. Always have a reference north on the top and south and below. So you won't get confused. And what is this one? I don't know what's that. So anyway, so zoom. Just play around with this, okay? So zoom out. Zoom out until you won't see the small streets like this one. Westheimer. No, I mean High Meadow. There's the High Meadow. And zoom in, you will see the streets where the High Meadow is. So if you is gonna be looking for the intersection wherein you're gonna be giving that as a reference for a therapist or someone asking you for them to familiarize with the area of the patient. So you zoom out until you won't see the small streets. See here, this will not work like this. You will still see the small street. It cannot confuse you. So bring it until you won't see the small street. Let's go to the north and south like that. Now, if they ask you what's the major intersection, you can say it's Westheimer and Voss. Or what is this one? This at the south side. Let me find what is that. A little bit too far. Okay, so Westheimer and Voss, or this is the Richmond. So if they asked you what's the main intersection of the nearest intersection of the 7545 High Meadow Street, you can say, oh, it's in the Westheimer and Voss intersection. South of it is there's Richmond. But if they're gonna ask you again, what else, then you can say the Westport Drive or the freeway. So it's a lot of there's a lot of street that you can say, as long as you minimize it so you won't see the small streets. Another function of this is you can get direction. You can save get direction. So from you can go Control A to and Control copy from here, and then what's going on from here. To, let's say, to the office, 9211 Regency Square. Boulevard, Houston, Texas. Let's see if we can pull out there. Some therapists may ask your help if what's the direction going to their patient's house. For example, the therapist telephone, the smartphone has no more battery and they cannot locate the patient. Usually they use their smartphone or their GPS, but if ever for whatever reason they can open that, it will ask you. So you will be going to Google Earth, also Google Map, and set a direction. So here if you say from the house, from the 7545 High Meadow, just go down in Hillcroft or the Voss, go down until you hit Harwin, and then turn right. So just copy it. So turn right in Hillcroft Avenue. Okay, let me maximize so it's a little bit clearer for you. So turn right in Hillcroft Avenue, which is this to Hillcroft, and then down to Hillcroft, and then turn right again just to Harwin, and then turn left in Regency Square. So simple as that. Also here, let me see, there's also here on the side, head east on High Meadow Drive towards Hillcroft Avenue, but sometimes it's hard for people to understand what's east. So just say turn right unless they really know. Then turn right in Hillcroft, turn right in Harwin, and then left in Regency Square. So what else is the functionality? So we use Google Earth to as a staffing coordinator. You save the therapist addresses so you know the area of coverage. For example, you want to know who are the therapists. You can save their area of coverage here. In that way, once you have a patient, you can put the patient's name right away, and it will tell you exactly who is the therapist who lives near that area. You can just let me clear this. For example, we have already patient address one. So let's have another one. The next one is 7730 Richmond Avenue, Houston. So for example, this is the other therapist. So the therapist one lives here. For example, this is David. So David will be the best therapist for this patient, and you can save this also and name it to the therapist name. So I hope this is informational. You can search online on Google, on YouTube, search Google Earth tutorial for more information and for the updates. Thank you very much.